This was set up just like this, and it was supposed to be, a live reading, and I had some small technical difficulty issues with the electronics, but you know what? The devil is a lie, and we're going to push forward. We're just going to do it in this format, but after, my electronical technical difficulties are fixed, what's going to happen is the empowerment messages will be in this format, but the act now messages that gives you insight on decisions in choice 1 and choice 2 will actually be the live ones with the pointer, which I actually created a new pointer and everything, so I was so excited. But and it's not in the picture because you know what, the unveiling is gonna be live. So anyway, so yeah, I had it set up, and but we are going to push forward in this format, which some of you may like it better. I am Indigo Sage, an awakened soul, and I encourage you to check out my website, my blog, which is unapologeticallysage.com. And also you can find Unapologetically Sage on Facebook as well as Instagram. I stated before, this is an Act Now message. And I want to welcome you to your Act Now message from your guardian angels. Your Act Now message features 2 choices that are causing a dilemma in your life. Your guardian angels are providing the information in this reading to help you make a choice so that you may act now on your decision. The Act Now message in this reading is for those of you who may find yourself needing to make a choice between 2 options at this time that you are watching this video. Now, the first one, which I've been getting this, I believe, from the first time I've done the Act Now messages and published them on YouTube. Choice 1, between business or partner 1. And only you guys, I'm reading for the collective, and the ones that are tuning in, you guys know whether it's business or partner 1. And then usually 2 is like love or partner 2. And so it's either like business between, business versus love, or partner 1 versus partner 2. That's what's been going on, and it has been consistent. And that is still present in the option 1 or choice 1 message. It is still either work or love. So it's either business partner or partner 1 for choice 1. It has not changed. Now, your Act Now topics will change according to what your guardian angels deem are your highest messages. Allow me to tell you a little information about the designated decks for all Act Now readings. They are As Above and So Below. The As Above deck focuses on the nature of universal energies present in the world as it relates to your choices. The So Below deck will be used as clarifiers for the As Above deck. The So Below deck will show you how the universal energies play out in our everyday life, as well as how we experience the elements. Information for all decks used in this reading will be in the description box below. With that being said, let's get started. So, Act Now. Authenticity has arrived. But is it too late? I want to bust out laughing right now because I practiced that word, because I mispronounce words sometimes, and I practiced that word and it still came out messed up. But anyway, praise the Lord, y'all already know. If y'all can read, you can see it, you got it. So we're moving on. one, what we have here is 8 of Earth. And at least with this, I think you guys will be able to see the pictures up close, you know, and more clear. So it represents the past, and representing the past by 8 of Earth from the As Above deck says it's represented by air creatures. Some of the bullet points are communications, messengers, freedom, butterflies equaling transformation, bees equaling love, productivity, and the possibility of the impossible. What you are attempting is not even close to what you are capable of. And let go of doubts and focus on what is possible. That's strong. That's beautiful. That's in the past. It is clarified by 8 of Pentacles. Now, this is Earth energy that we're working with right here. And 8 of Pentacles, clarifying it, says, when we work, we do so for a purpose. But sometimes the work itself is the reward. In the past, you worked responsibly. So that's what this is saying. It's giving you kudos. It's saying, it's recognizing and saying, yeah, you know, you did a good job. So now that's in the past position. And there's that 8 of Pentacles. Now, what I did next was clarified it with my clarifying deck, which actually I had planned on just using for a different reading, and spirit guides told me to pull it out. So, of course, I did. The clarifier from my clarifying deck. We know it's right. And then under that it says, what is truly in your heart despite the prevailing circumstances. So, this tells me that, you know, you did good. And when I say that, you know, it just looks like you worked really hard in the past. On the communication, messaging, and transformation, and productivity, and love, and, you know, but what concerns me, I guess, about this clarifier is saying despite the prevailing circumstances. So it's still, like, at this point unclear of what are the prevailing circumstances. So, you know, all that could be all nice and beautiful, but, like, hello, what are the prevailing circumstances? So let's see. In the now position, we have Crone of Fire. Isn't she lovely? Like the Stevie Wonder song, Isn't She Lovely? Okay, so, isn't she lovely? The Crone of Fire. Now that is sarcasm because look at how she is looking. Now, this is in the now position. The Crone of Fire, who is alone and to the left, right there. Crone of Fire. Okay, first of all, she looks like she don't play. But the Crone of Fire, she blows out the flame. There is a time and place for everything. She is here to usher in the ending, the dying of the fire. And honestly, she embodies that in that photograph. She embodies all of the blowing out the flame, and there is a time and place for everything. She is here to usher in the ending, the dying of the fire. Like, she is, yeah, she ain't playing with it. She ain't playing with it. And then if you look off to your right, we have the King of Wands, which is how the crone is reflected in this 3D world. which is clarified by saying King of Wands helps others to live their passion and realize their potential. So that's interesting. And I'll say that again. So the crone who's blowing out the flame is clarified by the King of Wands, who helps others to live their passion and realize their potential. So that's going to be. And it's clarified from my clarifying deck with you are a warrior, you've already won. So obviously in this now moment, you're searching to see, proof that you've won whatever war or battle that you feel like you're in. And that's in the now. Flame blew out, or either you blew it out, because the crone blew it out. And I don't know what flame that was. That could be the flame, your hope of something that you're blowing out, but then it's clarified because you blew that out in order to help others live their passion. So it's like you blew out your flame to ignite someone else's flame, or you're smothering your flame, or you're trying to pull back your flame, your light, trying to dim your light in order for someone else's light to come through right now. And if that's the case, why are you doing that? So let's see more. So then there's and this is Rihanna, the pop singer, hip hop, R&B, whatever, wherever she fall right now. I think she might be a rapper. I don't know, don't matter. It's Rihanna. And I remember when she was with Chris Brown, and this inspired this message. There are issues that no one talks about. Then the next one is casual talk. Do not gossip about people behind their back. It will not pay off. So both of them have the word talk in it. So point blank, that could mean that something needs to be talked about that's not being talked about. I mean, there's some talking that needs to be had, or there's some talking that needs to stop. Because one card, the one with Rihanna, saying there are issues that no one talks about, and that one is off to the right of the screen, lower. That one is a card suggesting that, you need to speak up. Someone needs to speak up about an issue. And it also suggests that it's an unsettling thing to where people know, or everybody knows, or somebody knows, but we don't talk about it. Like the elephant in the room type of energy with that card, and it's unpleasant, and that can go vice versa, meaning whatever you have in your mind that is that elephant in the room, it could be your elephant, or it could be their elephant, because there are cross watcher, it could be vice versa. But then the next card is want someone to hush their gossip. So what this actually is all saying is either that this is what you're worried about, that everybody is talking about your secret, or their secret, or you guys' secret, that everybody knows. Or they are talking about it. And you need to open up your eyes and see that you are being talked about and gossip about behind your back, and you think that nobody is talking, but they are talking. So You know, like I said, only you know which one fits you. Okay, and then we go to the best of it all. Okay, the best of it all is the goddess. And the goddess is in the frame to your left. And this card's bullet points are: all that is female, containing so many possibilities. She is like a diamond with 100 facets, each with a different face, i.e., mother, huntress, destroyer. Changeable natures in comparison to the emperor, who takes 365 days to cycle like the sun. The empress cycle is 28 days like the moon. Keywords are creativity, birth, abundance, and fertility. Beautiful, beautiful card in the position of the best of the situation. And that's clarified by the Empress. Clarified by the Empress. The Empress expresses herself beautifully in the physical world. She helps things grow by making things comfortable, by feeding them what they need to become strong, and by healing injuries. She loves, comforts, and blesses all that come within her realm. Keywords are abundance, nurturing, and creation or creativity, which could suggest work creativity. Okay, and in this photo you can see the Empress even better with the clarifier, which is the so below. She's in the garden, and I'm referring to the picture, the photo at the left of it. But and I love her army fatigue t-shirt. That just, it's like, she's so cool and just nonchalant, but also sending a message at the same time that don't fuck with me. I'm sorry, but that's what army fatigue means to me when I see it. Now, Spirit reminds me to remind you guys to surely take the photos and look at the photos, and and use them with your own interpretation, of course, whatever it means to you. But I'm not shy, so I'm gonna just chime in on what it means to me. I love how she is relaxed and with her child in the garden chilling. You know what I'm saying? They brought out their favorite things and they just chilling and relaxing. But she also has on that army fatigue printed easy breezy cover girl tank top, which the army, for me, army fatigue means I'm not playing, balancing out the strong, with the sensitive, because she's bandaging his boo-boo on his knee, and then she's connected to the astral realm with the star bandana on her head. Like, I'm looking at everything, like her crown chakra is open. Okay. I really hope that you guys are, like, the people I'm connecting with, I hope that you guys are enjoying the connection conversations as I am. Okay, so that's just an example of how you can break down a picture of how it relates to you and what it means to you and how it speaks to you. There's like I said, like the bandana on our head, for instance, with all the stars on it, for me is referring to the crown chakra, whether it needs to be opened, cleansed, cleared, used. That's how I relate to it. But on the flip side, you know, at the same time, if your child, for instance, drew your picture today with a lot of stars on it, it could remind you, it could be in connection with your child, because after all, there is a child in the photo. So hopefully that kind of broke it down a little bit on how the picture can relate, the same exact picture can relate to people in totally different ways. So, the Empress, back to the Empress. So just to refresh the memory, so below, which is what we're looking at, the Empress. The Empress expresses herself beautifully in the physical world. She helps things grow by making things comfortable, by feeding them what they need to become strong, and by healing injuries. She loves, comforts, and blesses all that come within her realm. The keywords are abundance, nurturing, and creation or creativity that could possibly have to do with work. And it is clarified by raise the red flag, period. Now, that is pretty blunt. It means what it says and says what it means. So there's red flags. The red flag that I've actually been seeing is that it seems like you're giving, and I don't see anywhere where it's been evening out. I've been waiting for that. I see you're changing and transforming, and you're giving, you're blowing out your flame just to ignite someone else and help them. And then over here, the best of the situation is the Empress, who's also going to make things comfortable by feeding them what they need to become strong, and by healing injuries. And she loves to comfort and blesses. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But I'm just looking in this reading to see where I just see the give, and not any receiving. So that's sticking out. And this is the best. So the best of the situation looks like you're going to heal someone. And then the second clarifying card, it says at top, sometimes the simplest window treatments are the best. Below it says, this is how you or someone views the outside world. So with this card, what I had in mind when I made it was that saying like simplest window treatments, someone seeing it how they want to see it. So it may not necessarily be reality, but someone's looking at the situation that is like in the simplest form that they can. I don't know if it's you or your partner, but that's what's going on. And that's right after the raise the red flag. So someone's not seeing the situation the way it actually is, which is a red flag. Then the next card is happy getaway. So, I don't know if this is saying be happy and get away, or you'll be happy when you get away. But that, and actually I had only wanted one card on all of these. Like I asked for one card first, and then sometimes after that one card, I'm like, okay, tell me more. Okay, so for this one, tell me more. These two fell out. So I took them because that's the way Archangel Michael communicates with me. He spits them out. As soon as I ask specifically a question, he spits them out. And I take it. Okay? So sometimes he spit out one, sometimes he spits out two, and there's been occasions where he spit out four before. And they're always neatly placed in the exact order that he wants them. And they may be upside down, but like it's always clear whether they're reverse or right side up, and the order. It is never confusing. Love Archangel Michael. Okay. So that's for that one. is the Six of Air. And the Six of Air. First of all, I love this card. I think it's so pretty. Well, I think all these cards are beautiful. But the Six of Air says familiar. So the Six of Air is represented by familiar. So familiar, see, I shouldn't even try it. All right, Six of Air, bullet points, spirit guides, spirit animal. Rely on your deepening connection with your spirit guides and animals. Their wisdom, guidance, and healing is needed. It's clarified by the Six of Swords, which says, seeking truth when you are in a dark or dangerous situation will benefit your highest good and reveal your way out. Guidance to help leave a negative situation. And so from that, my assessment is that the worst is that you will leave. So it looks like to me you're going to leave anyway. So whatever you're trying to hold on to, the best of it all is helping someone else, being strong and healing injuries and comforting and blessing them. That's the best of it. And then the worst of it is that you're going to leave a dark and dangerous situation. So you're going to leave anyway. Partner one or business situation one, business work, however this relates to you. And let's go into the clarifications. This one was so interesting because this card fell out, and I know they set me up. I just got done saying how much I love working with Archangel Michael to clarify and how the cards come out exactly how they're supposed to, so on and so forth. Okay, so this one fell out, and I thought it was like an accident, so I put it back in, and and I said, well, if it was meant to be, then it's gonna come out again, so I'm not worried about it. And as soon as I said that, I just went to shuffling. Anyway, as you can see, it came out again. So I was like, okay. So Archangel Michael wants me to specifically tell someone that it is time to make a doctor's appointment. Ask your guardian angels for guidance on, first of all, I think whoever I'm talking to, you already know. So I don't know if you're afraid or something. I don't know what it is that's holding you back from it, but it's time to make it, and you know it. And Archangel Michael said, you better do it. Now, with that being said, the next card is Too Nice for Your Own Good. How to stand up for yourself in the nicest way possible. So, make a doctor's appointment. You already know what they're talking about, but if you are confused in any way on something about it, ask your guardian angels for guidance. Like, this totally is here for a reason. And whomever it's for, you know it, and you need to do it, because after all, this is act now messages, and so they put it dead smack in the middle of an act now message. A doctor's appointment is needed, so please make that, sagies. Thank you so much. So moving right along, the next card for that clarification of the worst of it all, which, reminder, the worst of it all said, seeking truth when you are in a dark or dangerous situation will benefit your highest good and reveal your way out. It said guidance to help leave a negative situation is needed. So it's clarified by a question asking, are you too nice for your own good? How to stand up for yourself in the nicest way possible. So I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to leave that right there because I don't know how to stand up for myself in the nicest way possible. I'm working on that. I know how to stand up for myself, but not in the nicest way possible. So I don't have, you're going to have to ask your guardian angels on the nicest way possible. Indigo Sage, Indigo Sage does not have the answer on the nicest way possible. So now we move on to what's to come without change. The temperance of it all. Okay, so temperance. She's so beautiful and stuff. And I love this card. And yes, it has been coming out on a lot of people's reading. Basically, you know, my first thoughts when it comes out is balance. It's about balance. I don't know if you guys can see, but there is a dark, like brown bunny down at her feet to the right. And then she is cradling a white bunny in her arms. And it's about balance. And it's about balance. So actually this goddess is Astara. Astara is the name of this goddess. And it's about celebration of spring and new life while death and winters leave. So again, balance, bring, you know, new beginnings basically, and letting the old die out, you know. But this seems like it's the period of when they're kind of both there, and you know, but the winter is gonna leave and spring is gonna spring. It's just that little funny fuzzy middle part. Speaking of funny fuzzy middle part, dun dun dun. Okay, so in the reverse, it is still happening, but much slower. Okay, so you know, she's not bad in the reverse, just like the sun is not bad in the reverse. Same thing's happening, just slower. So, and what's happening just slower is the spring and the new coming in, while the death and winter is leaving. So that's happening, but you're just in that little funny phase, just a little longer. Clarified by temperance in the reverse, which you can see in the picture, in the photo to the right. And it says, perfect balance is not always easy or enjoyable until the end result is visible. And that makes sense. It really does. And I'll say it again. The temperance reversed in the 3D in the So Below deck. Clarifier is saying that perfect balance is not always easy or enjoyable until the end result is visible. And the shadow part of it specifically says that there will be wildly erratic behavior. That is what's to come. Wildly erratic behavior. So, as I use my personal clarifiers, it made me say wow when this clarifier came out, which says, how long will you wait before you leave? The wow part for this coming out was the table set, and it's empty. And it's clarifying a photo, on a card where they are sitting at a table that is set and the person is there. But we have to remember it's in reverse, which says wildly erratic behavior. So this tells me that sometimes they show up for these nice dinners and then sometimes they don't. So sometimes they show up and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. And you have no idea why. And I'm guessing you have no idea why because it says, how long will you wait? So the wait for me as a reader means you don't have any news yet. Because if you knew that if you knew why they weren't there, you wouldn't still be waiting. Because they would have been considerate enough. Like if they were a doctor, oh, honey, I'm sorry, ambulance, just, there was a bus that crashed and I'm going to be here all night. So you're not going to be still sitting at that table waiting and wondering because you would know. So the clarifier is of a person who is sitting there alone and waiting and wondering. However, in actuality, they're not there because they're not waiting anymore. Hence, the question, how long will you wait before you leave? This person left. So I will say that, just to clarify what I was saying about the clarifier, this person left. But the question is, how long will you wait before you leave? And it just was such a powerful clarifier, being that in the picture, they are sitting there eating as well. Then you have it's pretty much my 5 stars. So with this one coming out after that, this is this is the person winning. This is you winning. Because either way it goes, you're winning. So, for example, and we're looking at the, sorry. Okay. So we're looking at the left, which is the couple together, sitting, eating. And this still can be business. It doesn't have to be romantic, just fill it in however it fits. But what it's showing basically is that they're getting along and everything is good. Okay. So of course that fits in with, it's pretty much my 5 stars. My 5 stars is like the best that you can get. So whatever your best looks like. So if your best looks like on the left, this is my 5 stars, you're getting it. That's what's to come. If your best looks like the right side, which is the empty table that says, how long will you wait before you leave? And you got up and left, that is your best because you've made that decision and you feel good about it. And you are okay leaving that table and the setting exactly where it is. You are fine with that. And you are walking away towards the sunshine, feeling strong, positive, independent, balanced. Okay? That's the Temperance. You are going into the sunlight to become balanced. Let me put it like that because it's in reverse, but you're going to get it. And so that is your 5 stars. So as I've said before, there's 2 different groups that I'm reading for. So, either way you guys are going to, it looks like what's to come with no change would be that you would get your 5 stars. However, examine the best of it, the worst of it, and see if that is what you want and how to navigate that. Moving on is the angel number tile. created by myself. And so you guys have angel number 555. And here we go with the summary of this message. The summary of this message is, and actually this time I thought I would add some biblical meaning of the angel number 5, and then some of the just general angel number 5, and then we'll go into the keywords of the 555. So biblically, angel number 555 number represents mercy and grace, which indicates that you will not suffer any more as soon as you accept the fact that God is gracious. Release of doubts, fears, and perceived obstacles. If you're haunted by confusion, my advice is to ask your guardian angels for assistance promptly. Okay? Keywords: out with the old, in with the new. Big change. Manifestation of joy. Justice of God. Here is a sneak peek at the bottom line of it all, which I will go into and always do go into in the second choice video. And at the end of the second choice video, this is a card that I pick after I have channeled the messages, and I pick it for the bottom line to help you guys get to the bottom line of it, of both the messages together. So I thought it was interesting, and this time I'm sharing it on the first choice one because it is Eileen from the Goddess deck, and she represents patterns, and she came out in reverse. And I thought, wow, I can totally see patterns all throughout choice one. It's patterns. It's just very consistent. You giving, and trying to heal and make better and make right. And you blew the flame out on yourself while you're, helping others realize their potential. Like, seriously? It's just such a pattern. But in the end, with the temperance, you're walking away into what your 5 stars is. So that is awesome. This message resonated, and if you liked it, please click like and subscribe, and tune in for choice 2 to see how this all balances out, how it plays out. Thank you, Sagies. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.